Now I only have one option left for this car, and that's going to be we got to swap the motor out.
Alright guys, so if you saw my last video, you know that I bought the cheapest Civic Si that I could find for only $4 grand. And at first, things were going great until they weren't. So I started noticing it was losing a lot of coolant, and I mean a lot of it. So I checked it out myself, and it was leaking all over the front oil pan. Did some digging, took off the intake manifold. I still couldn't find anything, I just wasn't sure where it was coming from. So I did what nobody wants to do, and I took it to the Honda dealership. And well, here's what they found.
Well guys, just got the checkup done at Honda, and they gave me a full inspection.
I failed the rear suspension components.
But that's fine, it was leaking some shock fluid, not a big deal. But yeah, pressurized coolant system inspected, because I told them where it was leaking from. And if you read right here,
Found crack on block causing coolant to leak out. Recommended replacement of long block and gaskets.
Alright, so now we have two options. And option one, I gave the dealership a call back. I asked them how much would it cost, you know, for you guys to just give me a whole new engine. They told me
$8 grand.
I could buy two of the cars I just bought for $8 grand. What do you mean $8,000?
Alright, so with all that being said, now I only have one option left for this car, and that's going to be we got to swap the motor out. I don't know how to do that. But luckily what I do have is, I don't have it here with me, but I do have a K24 at a buddy's house. So I'll play some footage of that right now.
What are we doing here today?
It's free form. So right now we're heating up the nut.
But yeah, that's going to be the project for this summer. We're going to be K24 swapping the Honda Civic Si.
Alright guys, so I mean, if we're doing an engine swap, we might as well do a build too. So I hope this header gets you guys super excited because we're doing a K24 build. So, I mean, any car, I mean, you got to start with the engine. So we have the K24 block. Everybody needs an intake. I mean, come on, that's like beginner mod 101. We already have an exhaust. But next, we're going to need headers for this swap. So we'll put on headers. And I think I picked out just the right header. Alright, so I picked out this PLM power-driven K-Series K24 header because this is made for the 8th gen SI chassis and is specifically made for a swap. So, hold on. Let me get something out for you guys real quick. Alright guys, it's a good thing I'm an art major, so I can really show you guys what we're working with here. Alright, so here we have our K20 block, right? This is what's in my car right now. And as you can see, you know, we got the headers coming out the back. This is our intake manifold, so these are the headers going through the bottom. Connects to the cat, rest of the exhaust. Here's the frame of the car, right? And so, but with the K24 block, it's actually taller. So, right, this is going to be lifted up, right? So it's going to be taller. And then these headers are just going to, like, smash right here. They're like, every time I drive, they're just going to be smacking in because we went too tall. So, these are like the old headers, right? They look like this. The new headers are more like this. So they're extra tall. So we have the clearance between the engine and the body of the car. So we don't end up smacking right here like, so yeah, that's why we need to get these new headers. All right, so next we got intake, exhaust done. But so we got the air flowing through the motor, but now we're gonna need injectors. Injectors. Did I spell that right? I hope so. So I've been taking a look here, and I think I found some injectors. All right, so I figured we'd go with the Acura RDX injectors. I believe these are 450cc, and stock is 320. So if we're going to want to push that horsepower, we're going to need these bigger injectors, and we also need a wiring kit. So I'm going to go ahead and order these as well. All right, guys. Wow, this build is starting to get really expensive. I mean, I do not have this type of money. But anyways, so next we're going to get the 50-degree VCT gear. So that's right here. Now, I could take this off the engine I have now, but it rattles. It's bad. So the K24 comes with a 25-degree VCT gear, which doesn't allow you to advance and retard timing as much, but if you get the 50-degree, you can advance and mess with the timing a little bit more. Tuners love this. It's going to make the car more tunable. We're going to squeeze some extra horsepower, and then I might as well just do both at the same time. So after that, we're going to get a Type S oil pump. You know, I don't play with my builds. I want this thing to be getting all the oil. Regular oil pump has balance shafts. It's bigger, it's heavier. This is lighter, less parasitic loss. So we're going to be using this one. No oil cavitation as well. I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
We do not care.
Alright, so finally, wow, I really can't afford this anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm not buying a house. Anyways, so we have a, we're gonna go do stage 1 clutch. You know, while we're at it, we might as well get a new clutch. So I gotta go exit stage 1, puts down the power I need. Let me get through here. ARP head studs, so when you take out the original head studs, the head's already off the motor. The bolt's warp, so we're gonna go ARP, you know, might as well get the best while we're at it. And then we're gonna get like a new head gasket, new timing set, just refresh this motor, make sure everything is looking great. And so yeah, that's the build. K24 build done. So while we wait for all this stuff to come in, we might as well get started on the teardown.
Alright guys, so the day has finally arrived. So as you can see, got this thing already disassembled. I started doing this yesterday, only had about an hour to work on it, so I didn't even bother recording, but we got the bumper off, the air intake is off, and what else did I do? Yeah, that's really it. Air intake's off, got the battery out, so you see the batteries over here. Look at all the coolant. This is from me spilling it. It is all over the place, so it's gonna be great to get all this stuff cleaned off. We got the intake over here along with my bumper, but yeah, so...
Yeah, and so basically next, we just gotta get rid of the rest of this wiring harness, so we're gonna start by getting this wiring harness out.
Alright guys, it's about 5 hours later. This wiring harness, take a look here. All of it is basically ready to come off. Take a look over here. Over here, there's even, so this is your oil spool, your V-type spool valve sensor, something like that. It's back there. And we need one last, hold on, let's see if I can see for you guys. That blue sensor right there is the last one we need to get. Let's see if I can get it real quick. And then hopefully the whole wiring harness should, let's see it. It came off. That was so easy.
Good job.
There we go. So the wiring harness should now be able to come out. So we finally got the wire harness out. So everything is disconnected from the engine bay right here. And now basically we just have to worry about the motor mounts and we're done. And we finally got a cameraman too, so I can talk to you guys and look at you guys.
Hey, yo, what the
Perfect.
fuck?
Alright guys, so now that we got this entire side disconnected, we're gonna start working on the accessories and like the pulleys and stuff. So we're gonna get this idler pulley off, I think that is, take the alternator off, and just get this all cleared up. So it's just being supported by this engine mount.
Alright guys, so unfortunately some of my footage got corrupted, but at this point everything was going super well. I mean, we got the wiring harness out, we just need to get the axles out, and then take the engine mounts off, and everything should be coming out smooth here, so let's see what happens.
Alright guys, so the next step of this process is we gotta get this this axle nut off, and yeah, it's pretty rusty, but we got the 36 millimeter socket right here. So now I have to go hold the brakes. My buddy's gonna hit it with the breaker bar, so we're gonna go see if this works. Oh, me and my buddy are pretty stupid, so you can't really get the CV axle nut off without the car being on the ground. So you have to pop out your center caps and lower the car. So because right now when you try to torque it off, it spins because this is going to be the transmission. We already took off the shifter linkage. It's not in gear, so it's just going to spin. So what we have to do is lower it back on the ground so we can actually have force on that nut, and then we should be able to crack it. So we've been having some trouble with that, the CV bolt or whatever. Not enough torque. So we're grabbing this big old John. Hold on. Now,
Come on now.
cut this out, bro. Alright guys, first try. So we got the skibbity stick out. So let's go break that nut bust and torque with this.
So with our new super breaker bar, it's pretty easy to get the CV nuts off, and yeah, we can move forward.
After some convincing and a little bit of a grease spill, the CV boot, the CV axle has come out of the transmission. So where is it? Take a look at it right there. It's out of the vehicle. So yeah, I just had to, what else are you doing? Just had to drop the control arm. So it's just 3 bolts. Drop the control arm, pull back your rotor, and then the CV axle came on out. So now we're gonna go with the other side. All right, so take 2 here. So the motor is finally ready to be pulled. Unfortunately, I don't have an engine hoist at the moment, but if you take a look here, wiring harness is all out. We got the CV axles out, and yeah, so the only thing holding this motor in right now is this motor mount here, front motor mount, and there's one on the bottom side. So we're gonna take those out, and then once those are, well, we gotta connect the hoist, lift it up, and then we're gonna be done. So honestly, that's really impressive. It took about 2 days, and this thing is ready to be pulled out. So I'm really excited. You can see the AC compressor is disconnected. I wasn't originally gonna do that, but I thought this thing was able to come out, and Freon just exploded in my face. So I wasn't recording, but yeah, so there's no more Freon on the system, so we don't have to disconnect all this. We can just
take off the AC line, and this thing is coming out. So I'll see you guys in the next video where we take out the engine and we're gonna build the K24A.